Hello,
Hello.
everybody. I am Tom. As you can tell, Tim is not available. He is currently being held in the British Embassy in Athens for an undisclosed reason. He's been there over a week now. His family are worried. They got a random fax from whoever's in charge of Greece these days. Is Savidis still in charge? Do we know?
I actually don't know. I probably should know because I do politics, but I've got no clue.
Well, that's all right. So Connor's here instead. We took last week off because we were at Love Box, like a bunch of legends, having a jolly good time and losing all our money.
Yeah, great. I'll tell you. But you got it back, so it's good.
Yeah, so today we thought we'd cover a release from last week and two from this week of varying quality.
Very, very.
So let's kick it. Let's not waste any more time. Blood Orange released a mixtape on Friday.
Yes.
Produced and written and arranged all by Dev Hynes.
Amazing man.
Very amazing man.
Yeah.
I did a little episode of why you should listen to them on Blood Orange a couple months ago, and now here we are.
Here we are. I can't believe he released something so quickly after that album.
It wasn't even a year after Negro Swan.
Not even
which everyone loved because it was good.
Because it deserved to be loved. It was an amazing album.
So do you think this stacks up?
Oh, well, it's definitely, I mean, I'm glad you labelled it a mixtape because, you know, I think it's a great album / mixtape, but obviously it doesn't really, I don't think it matches the brevity of Negro Swan, but it's still really good. I enjoyed it. What about you? What do you think?
Well, I think it sounds like it's come from a similar headspace.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it sounds like kind of not I don't want to say throwaways because they're good songs, but like definitely made it within the era of when he was recording that album, I think, and then maybe touched up a bit after he released that album, the last album. So yeah,
it's got a lot more like short songs. There's a lot of like just over a minute tracks.
Yeah. It's not, you know, it's not like a fully fleshed out project. It's just something more. Like
as a result, it is about half as long, and even though I think there's about the same amount of songs.
Yeah.
On each one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's a lot of 1 minute or 2 minute songs in there,
which is how the album's kicked off with.
Yeah,
I Want You. I Want to See You, even.
Yeah.
And Something to Do, both sort of shorter, funky songs.
Yep. And yeah, I thought the first song sounded a little bit like a Steve Lacy song. It had that kind of bass line to it.
And it actually has the same title as Steve Lacy's first ever single.
Exactly, cool. Yeah. So I don't know if that inspired it or not. Probably not. But I mean, it's does sound like a Steve Lacy song a little bit.
So after that sort of vigorous intro of two very short, mainly instrumental songs, we get the first proper song.
Yeah.
Dark and Handsome with our good friend Toro y Moi.
Yes. Yeah. What did you think of that?
I thought it was pretty darn great. They had a lot of swagger and a lot of chemistry with each other.
Yep. Yeah, they did. I think it's still probably my favourite song off the album at the moment. And also he, I thought, not that I'm a Toro y Moi vet. I haven't listened to loads of his music, but he gives off a different vibe in this song than he usually does with his own music, which was pretty cool. And I thought, you know, also I love the lyrics in this song as well. Mainly, he says one of his lines is I'm losing touch with everything I know, which is obviously it sets off. You know, it's got a similar tone to Negro Swan, in which I think he's kind of finding his identity, or changing himself a lot, and through like unlearning stuff and changing his perception of himself. And also it's has a theme of like black pride, like black empowerment in this song as well. So yeah, I liked that a lot. But yeah, what was your take on
Yeah,
it?
I definitely think he sounds a lot more confident than usual
Yeah,
on
definitely.
his little verse.
Yeah, it was cool.
After that, we had a nice little ballad titled Benzo.
Yeah.
And the hook on this one was particularly amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. And the instrumental as well, when it kicks in. I think when he starts singing "Leave Me with Arms Exposed" and that instrumental
Yeah, that
just
was hard
kicks
as
in,
hell.
that was great. Yeah, that was so cool.
That's what it's all about.
Yes, it's all about. I feel like on this project as well, it's a lot more. The instrumental there's a lot more focus on his production as well as just his singing and all of that kind of stuff. I think the production on this is really cool.
Yeah, but it is a bit more different compared to the last one. I think that was a
Yeah,
lot more.
yeah,
It was a lot more sort of trying to sound natural, whereas here it doesn't really care that it's more synthetic. I
yeah.
wasn't really a big fan of Birmingham. I don't know about yourself.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool little add-on to it. Kind of flowed from Benzo, but what I did like about it was kind of like the subject matter, because it's going back to there's what they're actually talking about in the song is a church bombing that happened in Alabama or Birmingham, Alabama in 1963, where 3 kids died. And obviously, like, I can't remember the lyrics exactly, but they're talking about a mother looking for her baby. So it was quite haunting in that sense when you actually know the context of what they're singing about. But apart from that, yeah, it was kind of just a bit of like I don't know, like a little interlude that was kind of cool.
But
Yeah.
Good For You was much better.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And I thought that, in particular, Justine Skye had a really powerful
Yeah, it really. I
verse
thought.
when she comes in.
Yeah, the song really showcased her. Like it really, I feel like it was more her song in a way, because it
Definitely. He
was.
sort of kicked it off, and then after that, it was all her.
Yeah, he just let her like take the reins really, which was good because she just made the song amazing.
And I don't know about you, but this song reminded me a lot of Hope from
It
Negro
did,
Swan.
yeah, a lot,
Like
yeah,
instrumentally and everything. It was quite eerily similar, actually.
yeah, no, that's true. And also, I know we've gone past this one, but Something to Do, the second track, which was like a short one, that kind of sounded like, I don't know what song, but that sounded like an extract from one of the songs from Negro Swan, but he'd slightly changed the instrumental a little bit.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, well, a lot of this album kind of sounds similar in a similar vein to Negro Swan. So yeah, but yeah.
And then we got I've Got Gold Teeth.
Yes. That is my.
It's his other song he made with Project Pat. He had the other one, there's ASAP Rocky and Project Pat. I think it was
Yeah,
Chewing Gum.
yeah.
Although they
Did he
don't
just?
sound similar.
No, did he just? I don't know in Chewing Gum if he just sampled Project Pat. I don't know it was a new verse, because I know in this one he like sampled him, and also Project Pat came through with a new verse as
I
well.
think they did both on the other song
Oh,
as well.
okay. Yeah. No, it was cool.
Was
And
it
it,
me or did Gangsta Boo sound quite mannish on here? Like I didn't know it was her until I looked at the feature credits.
yeah, no, she kind of did. I knew it was like a female rapper, but I couldn't work out that it was Gangsta Boo. But I thought it was really cool because like it was just, he puts like these southern hip hop rappers over like his classical, like he's putting like he's using classical piano and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and then they're just like spitting the crime
I
as
don't know.
well.
It had chopped and screwed elements to it as well,
Oh
though.
yeah, it definitely did. Yeah, but like it's just his the way he
But if we
produced.
sort of describe this track, it would sound like a mess, but it's mixed
Yeah.
so well because it's got, like you said, the classical pianos and the chopped and screw. It's got this little 3/6 Mafia reunion going on, but it's also got this sort of really dreamy hook from Dev and Tinashe,
Yeah, and
and
that's
they
what I love
bring a
about.
lot to the tracks. They sort of contrast each other really well.
Yeah, and that's what I love about Blood Orange in general. His music is so, like, if you describe it, it sounds like it shouldn't work at all, but it does so well. He just manages to make it work so well and all go together. But yeah, no, that was starting to become my new favourite one off the album, I think. Yeah, it was good.
Can't make up your mind.
No, indecisive. But and then the song. What's the song after that?
Berlin.
Berlin.
It's had a great feature from, is it Porsches or Porches?
Yeah, I think it's Porches or something like that. I don't really know who that artist is,
but he went hard.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
and I thought the guitar was nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Overall, just a good little moment there, which sort of, okay. The thing is, it doesn't really work with Gold Teeth, but they're all nice songs. It doesn't flow as well as Negro Swan, definitely.
No, it doesn't. There's a bit more like manic and not a fully fleshed out theme going on, but it's still good.
Because we have this, for me, the best song next in Tuesday Feelings.
Yeah.
And the beats are sort of laid back,
Yep.
strummy guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got this killer duetted hook with Tinashe.
Yeah.
Which they're sort of screaming out they want the lifestyle for free without all the bullshit,
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, like the lyrics on, like, some of his lyrics are just brilliant. I love, like, what he's saying, and also like all of Tinashe's performances on this record are like really good.
Yeah, like when was the last time she did a good performance? Was it
I know,
two on like ages ago?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I never really thought of her as like a quality artist, but this has changed my perception of her completely.
Well, I listened to her last album and it was pretty bland.
Yeah. But yeah, on these, maybe she just needs Blood Orange to, executive produce the next album or something.
Go on, Dev, you can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. You can sort it out.
And for me, the final highlight was Take It Back.
Oh yeah.
Because there was 7 Hours Part 1, which was just like a bad. I don't know. It sounded like it was recorded over a phone line or something. Some guy rapping.
I'm not gonna lie. I quite liked that one. I thought it was like, it was pretty. If you can hear what he's saying, because you can't, it's pretty hard to hear what he's saying. But like, what is like, his bars are pretty confessional and like heartachy. But I see what you're saying. Like, it's not very well recorded or anything like that. It's just more of like a weird interlude. But yeah, Take It Back. Yeah.
We had some more. Again, he sounds like he's got a bit more swagger. Justine Skye, it's amazing again. He's got more swagger and he's more laid back on this one.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we got some very surprising one, which I actually sent to you when I saw the track list.
Yeah.
In Joba of Brockhampton fame, straying from the pack to do this verse.
Yeah.
He does his thing on here, He talks about his usual subject matter.
Yep, his manic depression and all of that. But yeah, no, I think he fits quite well.
A bit more heartfelt here. I think he's definitely well used.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think when you think of the other guys, Kevin definitely has the most solo appeal.
Yeah.
And I think I could see some people trying to get a Merlin verse.
Yeah.
But I didn't think many people would be after Joba, but obviously I'm wrong.
Oh, I think he's very talented, musically as well, because you know, he's like a singer, he's a rapper, and he's also does a lot of like he does the, you know, he does a lot of the production, and I think he's quite like, you know, I don't really know the history behind it, but he's very well trained in like the whole musical thing, classical music and stuff. But yeah,
Wow.
he's like he was. I don't. I really. I'm going off on one because I realise I don't actually know much about him. But I was worried that he wouldn't fit well in the song, but like before I heard his verse, but it actually worked like pretty well. So
And then after that, we go out the way we came in, 2 1-minute long songs.
yes, yeah,
Which again, they're nice, but they
they're
don't really
pretty cool.
do
They don't
anything
need,
for me.
yeah, they don't do
Although
much for
I
me either.
thought Want to See You and the other one were a bit better, I think.
Yeah.
In
I
my
thought,
opinion.
yeah, it closed out. It closed the album out okay, but it didn't really do much. The last 2 songs. So, but
So
yeah,
it was a sort of Oxnard Ventura situation here,
yeah, definitely.
as opposed to a Sweetener before Thank You Next.
Yeah, yeah.
But with that all being said, how are you feeling on this, Mr. Edmonds?
I'm still loving it. I'm loving this album. It's obviously not as amazing as the Gross one, but I don't think it's meant to be. Um, but yeah, I'd give it a good 8 out of 10, definitely. How about you?
I was swinging more towards the 6 to 7 mark, but I
Yeah.
think when it's good, it's still very good.
Mhm.
And like you said, he gets the best out of his guests.
Yes. Yeah.
But I don't know, just I think it was in the end it was just the brevity of some of the songs
Yeah. Yeah.
became a bit grating for me once I knew what was happening.
Mm. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
See, I think a 7 overall for me.
Very nice. Very nice.
Moving on to the Dreamville Collective album.
Oh yes.
It got us all excited. Was it last year or early this year when all those invites were going out?
I think it might have been like the end of last year or maybe early this year. I can't actually remember.
Because I was trying to work out whether it was before JID's mixtape or not, and I just couldn't even think.
Because I know they released like when did J. Cole release Middle Child? I can't remember. Like that single,
Pretty
he released it.
sure
Like,
that was this year.
yeah, the start of this year. I'm pretty sure. So it may have been around that time. I can't actually remember.
Well, either way, they got everyone excited.
Mm.
Then they released a documentary, and that got me excited again.
Yeah,
So I saw
yeah,
the people that were there.
yeah.
And
They had a big
now,
roster.
yes, they did.
Yeah,
And now we have the full thing. So,
we have the actual thing. Yeah.
any where you want to start with this, really? I mean,
Well, it didn't. I mean,
there's a lot of songs here.
there's it's a long, maybe
It's like an
you
hour
could.
and 10 minutes of material.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff there. It didn't.
And obviously, with the collaborative nature of this thing, there's
Yeah,
only 2 solo tracks, the Earth Gang one and Middle
and
Child,
the
both
J.
of which
Cole.
were probably one of the least inspired ones of the lot.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, no, it didn't disappoint me, the album, but it wasn't, maybe didn't live up to all the hype that it was given beforehand. Um, but I thought it started off very well. But
I mean, for
what,
one thing, Young Nudie was the best rapper on the whole thing.
yeah, yes, he was, yeah, especially that J. Cole and Young Needy song. But we'll get onto that.
So, what you were saying about Under the Sun?
Oh yeah, so yeah, I thought that was a good opener, but because the sample that I don't know what sample they used, but I just thought the way it went into the beat was really good, and also I didn't expect Kendrick's hook on there.
Yeah, it's a surprise feature.
So, yeah, that was pretty cool, and all the hooks and the flows on there were great, and
Apparently, he was just meant to listen. He went like Cole invited him over to listen to some of it,
yeah. But obviously
and then he
he was
ended up being on a
the
song with
track,
the baby.
yeah, and which is kind of random, but Yeah, no, well, I thought all the verses on this were cool, and it got me excited for the whole thing. So yeah, it was a good opener. But what did you think?
Yeah, I mean that was I think you've summed up pretty well there. I liked the baby on here a lot. I mean, he does have this one flow that he does on every verse.
Oh yeah, he doesn't really change up his
But
flow a
I
lot.
don't know. I don't know. I like it for now. Whether it will bore me eventually, time will tell.
Yeah, he may not last, but it's cool
Actually,
for
he
now.
didn't do it on his Double XL freestyle. But anyway,
Oh well, there you go.
so this was one of the more soulful ones. Like you've got
Mm,
Lambo Truck as well as Costa Rica and 93 that all
yep,
sort of sound like this.
yep,
But then you got the ones like the next track, Down Bad, which
mm,
are much more crazy.
yeah.
And I think generally the theme with this project was, does it have JID on it?
Yeah,
If the answer's yes, then it's probably one of the best songs.
yeah.
And if it's not, then you don't really know for certain.
I think that's all you need to know going into this. Like, if you
Because I mean,
just
he
want to hear
carries
the
this song,
songs,
and it's awesome.
yeah,
Although to be fair, I thought Bass brought his A game on this track. Probably the
he
only
did.
good performance he had in the whole album, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really remember many of Baz's verses on this.
I remember on the first R&B song, he just sounded so awkward, and it was really bad.
Yeah, these R&B ones, I'm not. I can't really say I'm a fan of on this album, but
Mm. I
um,
mean, they were. I thought "Got Me" was good. The
yeah,
single.
um,
As I had Ty Dolla Sign and Dreezy on it, as well as Ari Lennox.
yeah.
But I would agree with you that the rest of them, I don't know what it was. They were
Like
just
the
sort of so awkward.
self-love. I mean, this is the one song, the album, which I realised that I cannot stand. Um,
That was the one where Bass was really bad, wasn't it?
yeah,
I think that
that's
was the song.
that's the one, yeah. And like
Oh,
just the hook on it and everything was just like, oh, just get rid of this song,
it's all too
please.
much.
They could have easily got rid of that song. Um, but
I mean,
yeah,
there's a few. I wouldn't have had Swerve on there either.
Swerve. It was okay, I thought, but wasn't that memorable, was it? Oh no, actually, no. Sorry, I'm lying. Because it starts off a bit boring, but then
Oh no, I meant
okay.
Swerve. Oh, Swivel. Sorry,
Oh, swivel,
the
yeah,
Earth
yeah,
Gang one.
yeah. No, that didn't get me too excited for that because it says it's a single off their new album. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, it didn't really get me too excited for their new album. So yeah,
But we also had Lambo Truck, which for me was a really good song. I mean, just like the
mm,
hook was so creative, and the beat
yeah,
was really weird, and then that song, like Coz's verse, was sort of like how he's a bit underappreciated
yeah.
at
I know he was like having a
Dreamville.
go at J Cole.
He was like, "Release my shit or I'm gonna leave," and
He
then
just,
Reason comes in, and he just talks about how he wants to rob J Cole, and
yeah. So they're
then
just taking the
And
piss
then
out
the
of
Cos
J
is
Cole.
like, wait, no, let's not rob him. And he was like, okay, I'll rob J. Cole, and then you can rob Top.
Yeah,
And
it's a
it's
bit
like,
random.
they're obviously one of the smaller artists on both their labels.
Yeah, of
Although
course.
I think they're very good. I think Reason's only overtaken J-Rock for me on the TDE roster.
Yeah, it made me. It kind of made me want to check out Reason a little bit more because I haven't listened to his album that he brought out. Um,
It's pretty good.
but yeah, no, I should check it out. He seems a bit. Yeah, is he a bit J Rocky? I don't know much about him. Is he
It's
quite
very,
in that?
like, very gritty.
Yeah. I thought he would be, but yeah, I think I'll check him out. But anyway, yeah, no, that was a solid song. It wasn't that memorable for me, but I thought it might grow on me. So, um, but yeah,
But as you were speaking about Swerve, do you want to
yeah.
continue?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I was gonna say,
Oh, whoa, Swerve.
it started off a bit boring, but with J Cole's verse, but then the beat obviously switched and Key comes in, and it all changed from there. I just loved, as soon as that happened, I fell in love. Well, fell in love. I don't know about that, but I loved the song.
And
And
then the Maxo Cream verse was hard,
yeah,
but what I didn't understand with the song was why JID's verse got faded out. Man, that sounded like it was gonna be really
I know.
good.
That was it. Was just. I feel like they should have just made Swerve a longer song, and then like, oh wow, didn't need to happen, you know. But yeah, that was a great song.
And then for me, another set of highlights. These two, one that had loads of people on it in Wells Fargo and Costa Rica. Talk about Wells Fargo first, which we heard Buddy do live.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
that was awesome.
Great. That was so cool.
It's basically so it starts off with Buddy and JID speaking in an English accent about getting a bunch of weapons.
Yeah.
Then it's those guys plus Earth Gang and Guap Dad 4000 sort of shouting about wanting to rob a Wells Fargo, which is a bank.
Bazooka.
Bazooka. You've got blood on the couch, damn you. And I mean, the verses are just insane, aren't they? They're all like as fast as they can rap. The flows on
this are just ridiculous. Like they're amazing.
And I think it's sort of summed up. Well, no, it peaked of that album, but it sort of summed up the sort of fun, collaborative aspect of the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it gave the best, idea of what it was like for all of them, because the amount of people, and they did this. I've read that they did this in like 10 days.
They all locked in.
Yeah,
and made these songs.
Obviously, it was just a ridiculous amount of people.
Have you seen the documentary?
No, I still haven't watched.
Because they made this song, like those 4 or 5 people were just sort of jumping in a circle, shouting the hook, and then J. Cole was like in the room next door recording this serious song, and he was like talking about, "Yo, can you move the drums up here a little bit?" And then JID just walks out of the room, and you hear them still playing it. Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah,
but then if compare that with Costa Rica, which is another song that I like.
Yeah, I love it.
But I thought there were way too many people on this song.
What, on Costa Rica?
Yeah, there's so many voices.
Yeah, there is a lot. But I thought
when you could have cut it to Ski Mask, Smoke Perp, Buddy, and JID quite easily.
Yeah. I thought Ski Mask's verse, for me personally, that was my favourite on the.
I don't know. The girl calling JID Swaley was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was. But yeah, no, that was a good song. I like that, as well as Wells Fargo. Yeah,
I thought Smoke Perp was another weird one to bring in.
Oh, I didn't even realise he was on the song.
Yeah,
was he on Costa Rica?
Costa Rica.
Oh yeah. That just shows like how there were too many people on it, really. But yeah, no.
And Bass was on there as well.
Oh, Bass. Yeah, he could have been cold from that, but maybe that's
a strong word.
Yeah, that was a bit strong, but could have been removed. Anyway, so yeah, they were good songs. And what else?
I think Rembrandt for me is probably
that song annoys
one of the last. It annoys you
because Vince's verse was not long enough,
and it was bad.
And it was pretty bad. But
that's why I'd argue that it was long enough. I liked this song. The first half, like JID did his sort of staccato 2-word flow.
Yeah.
And then Cole went pretty hard as well. And then the beat switched for no reason.
Yeah, that's true. They could have made did
his stupid high voice thing.
Yeah, I know. But I still feel like they could have done something with Vince that would have been a lot better than that, and that's why it annoys me. But other than that, Rembrandt, the first half was the majority of the track was good. So,
and I think that's it for highlights.
Yeah. Also,
if you got any more songs you want to talk about real quick?
do quite like PTSD. I liked Omen's verse on that.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty good, but apart from that, yeah, it was.
I thought the end was real weak. Like the final song was annoying
Yeah, I didn't
with the Earth Gang
like that.
hook. I
Yeah.
didn't like Middle Child when it came out, even though I
Oh
felt
yeah,
like I was,
I quite
even though
like
I
Middle
felt
Child.
like I was the only person that didn't like that song.
Yeah, no, I thought it was. Yeah, I enjoyed that song, but um, yeah, no. But apart from that, the rest of the songs were just a bit meh.
But it defeated the whole collaborative element of the album,
I know.
putting that
Yeah,
on here.
yeah. I just think there's a few songs that they didn't need on there. Especially like I don't get why the Earth Gang song. Why don't they just release it as a single instead of putting it on the album? But
And it was weird that was like the one of the slowest songs when all the other ones with Earth Gang on were like the craziest,
yeah, I know.
like
Yeah,
Wells Fargo and Down Bad.
yeah. I mean, I know it's a collaborative project, and there's not really a theme or a sound that's meant to run through it, but they could have made it sound a little bit better by not making it so long. But
Yeah, I think the way to do this is just listen to it the whole way through,
mm,
and then if you got it on a streaming thing, just delete the ones you don't like because it's
yeah,
basically it is a compilation of
yeah, exactly. And
songs
it
they
is
made in this session.
it is a pretty good listen the whole way through. It's not an awful. When I first listened to it, I enjoyed most of it, and I didn't have times where I thought, "Oh, this is awful." So it's more the songs that are less good are just meh than awful. So, but yeah,
And we got some slaps, so I'm happy.
yeah,
I wouldn't mind if they did something like this again because it's certainly very interesting, if nothing else.
it is. Yeah, yeah, and there's definitely bangers that have come out of it. So yeah, it's pretty good on the
And I
whole.
was also glad that Six Lack didn't make the cut because
Oh
he was
yeah,
meant to
so
be there.
funny.
I mean, imagine if it was him instead of Ty Dolla $ign or
Oh
something. We'd
no,
be
then
talking about a very different thing, wouldn't we?
that song would have been awful. But yeah,
Yeah. So for me, this is another 6. I thought when it was good, it was pretty darn good. Lots of fun, but also some things that I could have done without.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree as well. I think I'd give it a 6 because it's just just like you said, there's definitely good, really good songs on it, but it just it's a compilation album. It's not going to be compilations albums are rarely that amazing
You
altogether.
probably
So.
won't leave it being amazed or
No,
shocked at how
but
bad it is.
you won't be fully disappointed by it either. So you should. It's worth checking out, definitely.
Okay, that is that for the Revenge of the Dreamers 3. And from one selection of very good collaborations on an album to a more interesting collection in Ed Sheeran's number 6
Oh
collaborative
god.
project.
Yeah.
I mean, where do we start here?
I mean, I have a great take on this project because obviously I haven't listened to it. So, I
Amateur.
can, and I can
Why
tell
wouldn't
you that
you?
I can tell you that it's awful without even listening to it.
Well, interestingly, I've just looked at the production credits, and I think you'll be surprised by some of the people involved here.
Oh no, don't. Is this going to disappoint me?
I mean, it's not terrible. I think we got Boy Wonders on one of the songs,
Oh, okay, right. Yep.
and apparently, I find this very hard to believe, but it says according to Wikipedia, the track with Stormzy was produced by Skrillex and Kenny Beats.
What? No way. Are you serious?
That's what Wikipedia says. I don't know. This isn't. It could be a lie.
Could be.
But as you
I
haven't
mean,
listened to it, I'll give you a quick rundown of what happens
Yeah.
here. So it starts off with this song called "Beautiful People,"
Yeah.
which is a really boring song.
Yeah.
He actually calls himself ugly. Is basically the premise of the song.
Right. Okay.
And he also said that prenups are a bad thing.
Prenups were a bad thing.
And then we got Khalid on here, so who is infamous for. You either love him and say he makes vibey music, or you're like me and just think he's incredibly boring.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just wallpaper.
It is. Yeah. It's.
That's
I
what
don't
this
know.
song
What is
is.
it?
Then we go to South of the Border, which is like a Latin pop number.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Got to get
Which
one of those.
essentially, so he's gone from this song where he's basically talking about being with his girl. This is a theme of the track list, I think. So from from monogamy to to fetishizing about Latin women,
Right. Well.
and he's done this, and then he's got on two Latin artists in Camila Cabello and Cardi B, who actually provide pretty good features, to be fair to them. But they sort of fetishize about themselves as well. Like Cardi B says that Ed's got a bit of jungle fever,
Yep.
stuff like this. I just,
It's. I mean, you're really selling it to me, Tom.
I'd say it's a good song if you ignore the lyrics, but as you can't really do that,
It's not gonna. That's not gonna happen.
no. Then we got Cross Me, which you have actually heard, haven't you?
Oh yeah, no, I've actually heard that one. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, and that was just.
I was hoping I'd never hear it again, but I heard it in JD Sports the other day, which was
Yeah, of
upsetting.
course. Yeah.
I mean, this is probably the worst song, so it's unfortunate that's the only one you've heard, or
Yeah.
not. But like everything about this is a mess. You got this P&B rock feature, which again sounds like it was recorded over a phone line.
I mean, he's so irrelevant. Is he the one that beat up Lil B, or was that another
Yeah,
guy?
fuck that guy.
Yeah, no, I don't like that guy at all.
Even Chance the Rapper's feature's bad.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell what this song's about, to be honest.
I think they're just like threatening people if they go near their girls or something. You know, really.
Yeah, it was a bit like that.
Because they're really hardcore and cool. Especially Ed Sheeran.
And the one thing that really stuck out to me was that Chance the Rapper called his wife his girl, which I thought was a bit redundant.
Yeah.
You use the title, man. You've earned that right.
Yeah.
After that, we have "Take Me Back to London," which is a grime number. Ed Sheeran picks up the mic and, to quote himself, writes rhymes, even though not a single line rhymes.
Oh God.
Um,
Oh no.
It's got the most basic grime beat of all time, which is why I can't believe that Skrillex and Kenny Beats produced it. It doesn't make sense.
This is confusing.
And Kenny Beats, like that's the one thing I did want to say before I start, actually. But not a single feature on here that I follow on social media promoted this album.
Yeah, I know.
Not one. If you didn't know this was coming out because of all the promotion shit,
I mean,
you'd have
they
no
told
idea.
not
Like
to, or...
Travis Scott didn't say anything. Young Thug didn't. Kenny Beats, even Stormzy didn't, and he seemed quite proud to be on a song of Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, and you think, like, because it's Ed Sheeran, even however bad he is, he's one of the biggest stars. And you'd think, you know, if you're a smaller artist, which everyone is on that album, you're going to be bigging it up a little bit, but maybe not.
This song was hilarious for many reasons, namely on the hook where he says, "I haven't been to a rave in time, so take me back to London."
Is that what Ed Sheeran says?
Yes. I cannot believe he goes to raves. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
His raps are all terrible. I mean, Stormzy, again, he's not bad, apart from he keeps calling Ed Sheeran Ted for some reason.
Oh yeah, because it's.
And then
boy.
Ed keeps calling him Big Mike.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't need it.
No, I don't know. It's not one
Best
of
Part of
the
Me is probably the only Ed Sheeran sounding song featuring Yebba. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I Don't Care. Have you heard this one? The one with Justin Bieber?
Oh yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah.
Wallpaper,
I
trash.
mean, yeah, it's
Next.
just yeah.
Antisocial with Travis Scott. That came out before the album did.
No, I haven't. I still haven't heard that one.
Oh man, you're missing out.
Yeah, I'm sure I am.
We got this really bouncy trap beat.
Yep.
Ed Sheeran singing about being not antisocial, like shying away, like doing obnoxious things,
But
like
being like
smoking in the
Aspo,
club.
like getting an Aspo.
Yeah, exactly this sort of thing. And
Mm.
he's while he's singing all this stupid stuff, you've got Travis Scott's ad libs in the background.
Oh no! Just to
So
make him sound extra hard.
yeah, so he's just got him singing about his usual stuff, and it's got like it's lit or puppet. It's ridiculous.
That sounds so awkward.
Although, so yeah, the whole thing shouldn't exist, but then the Travis Scott feature is actually surprisingly decent.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know,
So
I'm a
it's
Travis
just
Scott fan. He usually pulls through.
you might get something out of this then.
Yeah, I might check it out.
But I was busy laughing about the whole Travis Scott ad-lib thing, and then Ed Sheeran starts bragging about being from Ipswich on the next song. Remember the name? Well, he says I was a misfit born 10 miles from the town of Ipswich,
Oh no!
which doesn't even rhyme, and I feel like he said it just to make it rhyme.
Oh god!
On this next song, Remember the Name, which I find particularly offensive.
What and why is that?
Because on the hook, there's something out of nowhere, this G-funk like synth line comes in, and Ed Sheeran has his voice changed, so he sounds like Nate Dogg before he died.
Oh yeah.
It's just horrible.
That's kind of
And
disrespectful.
Eminem and 50 Cent are both pretty mediocre as well.
Yeah. No surprise there.
So that's another one I could do about.
Yeah. Just like most
Feels with the Young Thug and J Hus.
Oh yeah.
So it probably has one of the worst choruses on the whole thing.
Oh okay.
But Ed Sheeran doesn't have a verse. It's just a sort of rubbish Young Thug feature and a decent J Hus one.
Oh,
I don't
right.
know. Again, I feel like if this song didn't have Ed Sheeran in it, there's potential.
Yeah, I feel like they could, like Young Thug and J Hus. That's a cool little collab. I think they could have made something like a good song, but obviously not if Ed Sheeran's involved.
I mean, I just don't understand what he was thinking with a lot of these songs.
Yeah.
And the worst collabs are yet to come.
Oh what? Oh god.
We got so next up, Put It All on Me, with LMA. It was like a boring R&B song that was trying to sound like the song That's Just the Way It Is.
Oh.
Like even the beat sounded the same.
Oh,
But for me,
right.
the one of two of the worst ones. I think this was probably the worst selection of features because he has Dave as well as some guy called Paolo Londra who's like a reggaeton artist.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Over this poppy beat.
Yeah.
None of it works.
No, it doesn't sound like it would work.
And the features don't complement each other at all.
No.
And the hook's a terrible joke about having nothing on you and how you look good with nothing on you.
Oh god.
I mean,
Even
then we go back to another R&B one. See, and again, they don't even like have sections. It just sort of bounces around horribly. We've got Her on this one who kills the hook.
Oh, okay,
But,
yeah.
it's called I Don't Want Your Money, and it's basically Ed Sheeran trying to convince himself that this girl doesn't want his money. When I don't know. Maybe she loves him. Who can say?
Who can say? Who knows? That's his own personal relationship.
But yeah, I think Her was probably the best feature. She went hard as hell for some reason.
Yeah, I didn't actually know she was on it, so it's quite cool.
After that, 1,000 Nights with Meek Mill and They Boogie with the Hoodie.
Meek Mill and a boogie with the... Is he trying to go fully like street?
Well, it's not.
Now?
He doesn't even rap. He sings.
Oh, okay.
It's just not very good.
I'm guessing the verses that
But
Meek
no,
Mill
actually, Meek Mill's verse wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
It was passable. Although, I mean, he tried to have some chemistry with Ed, but it's just, I mean, it shouldn't exist.
No, it just shouldn't exist. Those worlds don't collide.
After that, we have Way to Break My Heart, which is a really boring ballad produced by Skrillex. But I mean, the only saving grace really was that it was just like a boring song rather than a dubstep song, because if that was the case,
that would have been...
I mean, this would have probably been hellish.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean...
But luckily, they make it hellish anyway on the last song, Blow.
Yeah.
With Bruno Mars and Chris Stapleton.
Oh, is this the rock one?
Yes, it's a hard, like heavy rock song
Oh,
with like some sample of some guy screaming from another rock song. The guitars are like hard. Bruno Mars sounds lost. Chris Stapleton,
Yeah,
I mean, Chris Stapleton does his best, but like even Ed Sheeran doesn't sound decent on this song. It's just stupid. I don't understand.
Yeah, it sounds tragic.
Who listened to half of these songs and thought they were, because at least the boring ones, you can imagine that they might stream well.
Yeah, yeah.
But songs like this, no one wants to listen to Bruno Mars on a rock song. No one wants to hear.
That sounds like the
Ed
most terrible
Sheeran
idea
rap
ever.
about being from Ipswich with Eminem and 50 Cent.
Ipswich
or trying to sound hard
place.
about. And when he was talking about when he used to be poor and that he'd go to
when he had to busk.
Yeah, and then he'd go to he was bragging about how cheap Weatherspoons is. It's like everyone knows this.
We all know the story, Ed. Oh.
I mean, I don't know what label he's on, but like they need to. Maybe he releases independently. I don't know.
No,
but they need to take a long, hard look at themselves because. I mean, how could this go through people?
Well,
be like, yeah, you know what, Ed?
The people at these major labels don't care about the quality of the music. They know Ed Sheeran's going to sell whatever shit he pulls out, as long as it has a bumpy beat.
You know what, Ed? Put out a song with Dave and some reggaeton artists. Go ahead.
Yeah, great idea. Great.
I've not seen anything positive about this album, and I've looked.
And found nothing.
Apart from apparently when they were playing it for the first time on Radio 1, when my brother was in the car, like the host was going crazy. But I mean, you know what, do whatever you want. He's probably going to get lots of money from this. I'd just like to know how many of these he actually was in the studio with the feature. There can't be many.
I doubt he was with hardly any of them, to be honest. Which is probably why not many of them promoted it a lot, because they probably didn't remember even.
They didn't know they were on it.
No. It probably came to a surprise to them that they were on it. It came as a surprise.
But yeah, hopefully Kenny Beats did not produce Take Me Back to London.
I mean, I'm really hoping not, but like, why would it?
His tag wasn't on it.
Yeah, that's true. If his tag isn't on it, that means he didn't produce it.
Also,
it's even on that Dominic Fike song, which isn't a trap banger.
Anyway, I mean, all I would say is, if you're an Ed Sheeran fan, you probably won't like this. If you're a pop music fan, you probably won't like this. If you like any music, you won't like this. I just don't see the appeal from anywhere.
No, neither do I.
And even if you like the features, like you won't like them on these songs. So there's no reason to listen to this. And I think that is where I'm going to leave it for this week
Yes. Okay.
on that migraine.
That migraine.
So,
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran, thank you for that.
Mm.
And thanks for
Well,
listening.
well
And
done,
thanks
Ed.
for coming in, Connor.
That's okay. Thanks for having me.
Don't forget Action Bronson. We want you to release Mr. Two-Face on streaming services because it's an awesome song.
Release it now.
Free Unknown T, free Tay-K, and free Rocky.
We'll keep him in Swedish prison because he's probably enjoying himself.
It's probably better than my house.
Yeah, it's probably better than a lot of houses, actually. So, yeah.
Send me to Swedish jail.
Other than that, free the guys whether they did it or not.
Yeah. Who cares if they killed people? They got good raps.
Yeah, and that's all that matters.
Peace out.